What is up, you nation, to another episode of Cowboys Talk. This one's going to be real short, but I'm going to be talking about why I'm optimistic for the 2021 season. And now I know you might think, like, oh, we have only won like 3 or 4 playoff games since 1995, and Jerry Jones sucks, and all of that, and that is true. But when you have to look at how the season went for the first 5 weeks when we had Dak. So we lost 20-17. Obviously, we could have done a bit better that game, but it wasn't that bad. It was still a loss, but, it wasn't a blowout or anything. And now we had the Falcons, and thankfully they do not know how to run an organization too well. We were down 20 points in the first quarter alone. Our defense actually managed to, make a few stops, and we had the infamous or famous rather, watermelon kick, and got the field goal at the end. But as you can see, next week we lost to the Seahawks 38-31. As you can see, that's pretty high scoring and pretty close. It was our crappy defense under Mike Nolan that allowed them to score so many points, but we had a high-powered offense with all our receivers, obviously Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott. Even though Zeke didn't perform that great this season, I actually think that Tony Pollard was actually doing a lot better. In fact, when we drafted him in 2019, he only had 86 carries and about 450 yards. That's really good. And this season, he had far less play time than Zeke, obviously, because he's not the main guy, and 6 touchdowns. And every time he's touched the ball, he has impressed. He's really, really speedy. He's a great returner. I hope he stays. But what I don't want Jerry to do is pay him a ton. Like, that was the worst stupid mistake ever. Paying Zeke, I don't know if it's directly correlated, but after he got paid, he sunk down. He just started sucking way worse. Well, not sucking, but just not being worth that amount of money, So, but yeah, continuing on, we also had the Trayvon Diggs, who is my favorite corner we have. We may draft Surtain, which would go well with Diggs because they both played in Alabama. And I think that could make our secondary quite potent. Cleveland, it was pretty bad to start, but we made it come back again with Dak. And OBJ just destroyed our life at the very end because we had no rush defense. I think we were literally dead last in rush defense. The New York Giants game, of course. And, Dak got injured around halfway through that game, and Andy Dalton was able to lead us to a victory with some amazing, phenomenal catches by Michael Gallup, which he does a lot, which is what I really like him for. And then you had Dalton come in, and you can just see this was not good. And it's not that Andy Dalton is horrible. I know a lot of people are bashing him, but he was a backup for a reason, and he hadn't played for a while, and it just wasn't good. So yeah, we lost to the Cardinals horribly, lost to Washington. Andy Dalton got a concussion. Had been DiNucci, our 7th rounder, which was a big meme. And then we bring out Garrett Gilbert, who's a veteran in the NFL, but just never got a starting position anywhere. We played quite well against the Steelers, but that's because the Steelers they're honestly not as good as they seem, which is why Washington was able to take them down. But they did have good defense. Then we were lucky against the Vikings, blown out by Washington. Baltimore, blown out by them. And then we had a 3-game winning streak. Obviously, the Bengals, 49ers were injured this year, and the Eagles just suck. So that's how we were able to pull those off. But the Giants game, that one we were so close to winning. Dalton throws a horrible interception at the 1-yard line. I know Seahawks fans have tons of hatred over the 1 yard line, and now I do too. Should have called a running play. Was pretty stupid, but whatever. It's in the past. We'll get him next year, hopefully. So here's why I'm optimistic about next season. It was Mike McCarthy's first year as head coach, and typically when you hire a new coach, it's typically a rebuilding year. It typically doesn't go extremely well. So, and Mike Nolan has been fired. Thank God for that. We bring in Dan Quinn, who obviously knows how to coordinate. He was with the Legion of Boom in Seattle when they won the Super Bowl. As a head coach in the Falcons, not so great, but as a DC, he's excellent. And I'm sure that he has a plan, and he's going to bring in some players that work with his methods. He might cut some people, maybe Jalen Smith, because he didn't do too great. Maybe Xavier Woods. I hope they cut Xavier Woods, because I think he sucks. Maybe cut Chris Jones, our punter, or save some money there. Because he is a veteran, he is aging, and we don't really need him. Punters are easily replaceable, and you can just tell that after Dak left, it was all downhill. So I'm praying this offseason that they do sign Dak, build up this defense under Dan Quinn. Mike McCarthy's second year, they'll be a bit more prepared, and I could honestly see them having at least a 10-win season. I could actually see it. And that is why I am optimistic about next season. We had a horrible one this year, but we have a good draft, build this defense with Dan Quinn, and I think we have something great for next year. I hope that I'm right. Oh yeah, and as a quick side note too, with Jason Witten retiring, it looks like Dalton Schultz will be our main tight end, and he has done fine. I don't have any worries about our tight end situation. But another thing right here. So in the first 5 weeks, Dak Prescott, I don't know how much this is, just all these numbers, but he was leading the league in passing yards for several weeks after his injury. This could have been at least a 2,000 yard season if he didn't get injured. So next season, build this defense, get Dak back fully healthy. Maybe Zeke will get back into his 2016 form. He needs to lose weight. That's his problem. He's not as fast as he used to be. He doesn't hurdle anymore. But yeah, do all that, and I really do think this next season could have something special for us.